Hey everybody, it's Mattie here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Thursday. And what can I say? The state of the market today is kind of negative. We've had a very sudden and violent drop, as you can see here on CoinGecko.com, negative 7.5% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is down just under 6% at the time of this recording, but you can see that there are many projects here in the double-digit negatives, including Ethereum at minus 12.4%, Bitcoin Cash at minus 14.4%. Litecoin is down over 12%, Cardano down over 10%, IOTA also down over 10%. So it looks like a sudden flash retracement, most likely caused by or sparked by some kind of major sell-off. This is literally just happening. It's just underway at the time of this recording, but stay tuned. We're going to have more technical analysis on the markets for you soon. And in the news today, we're going to briefly touch on this story, which is a follow-up to what we discussed the other day. Of course, we talked about Ethereum Classic, and it looks like the crypto exchange Gateio. So they've confirmed the 51% attacks that we've discussed, but they're promising refunds here. They're standing by their customers, so I'll let you guys know about that development. I'm going to alert you to the vote that we discussed yesterday. We want to know what you want to see more of in 2019 in terms of the videos that we produce at Altcoin Buzz. So I'll point you in the direction of this vote that we have up on Twitter. But let's begin, as always, on altcoinbuzz.io with the focus of today's video, XRP. And this article by Luke, XRP goes down to Australia as FlashFX adopts Ripple's cryptocurrency. So as Luke writes, there was news from the other day that we didn't cover. Unfortunately, there was too much going on, but Ripple announced that it added 13 new financial institutions to the list of RippleNet users. One of those institutions, the payment transfer platform FlashFX, also started using the token XRP. Don't forget that Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, said last year, quote, "By the end of this year," which was 2018 at the time, "major banks will use XRapid as a liquidity tool. By the end of next year, 2019, I would certainly hope that we will see in the order of magnitude of dozens, but we also need to continue to grow that ecosystem, grow the liquidity." And we seem to be developing along that path because enter FlashFX. It's a payment transfer platform from Australia. It just launched its latest cross-border payment solution, and it's using XRP. With the use of XRapid and XRP, writes Luke, FlashFX aims to improve the speed and quality of the services that they offer in the country. And then you have the chief executive officer at FlashFX who said the following: "We're excited to be part of the evolution in international payments processing. It's about time that consumers and businesses saw a meaningful change in how money is sent across borders. The service provides an alternative for Australians who want to send a payment faster and cheaper than banks currently provide." And just to close off here, Luke also reminds us of another Brad Garlinghouse quote. "Last year, some notable critics said financial institutions would never use a digital asset in their payment flows. As I said then, if it offers their customers a better experience at a lower cost, they will, and they are." Personally, what I like about Ripple and XRP more specifically is that they're building a structure, right? And it's not about one particular marketing campaign where they've got to win you over, they've got to coerce you into getting on the hype bandwagon. They're just laying bricks. They're laying bricks one brick at a time. They're doing the stonework and they're creating a house. They're creating a structure. And it's many, perhaps dozens or if not hundreds of pieces that are going into the construction effort. And it's coming along. You're starting to see that there's a shape that's taking form. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot in terms of price action that's reflecting this positive news. As I mentioned, everything is kind of down. Ripple's down 6%, which is actually much less than some of the other major projects are. But nevertheless, I think these are good developments. In other XRP news, you may want to brush up on this story. We discussed it the other day, but Weiss Ratings, they spoke very positively. XRP has competitive advantage over cryptocurrencies. This is going a while back, about 10 days now to December 31st. But if you haven't read about this story, Weiss Ratings, that's not normally involved in the sphere of cryptocurrencies, they keep inserting themselves into it lately, like in the past 6 months or so. And they've been tweeting about this kind of stuff. And they seem to have a certain favorability when it comes to Ripple. So another champion in our corner among the XRP fans I'm talking about, for you out there in the Altcoin Buzz army. That's never a bad thing. Go back and check out this article if you're not familiar with the story, if you haven't heard about it already. And the other article that we didn't cover from the other day, this is my bad. Again, so much news lately. Also by Luke, Ripple now has over 200 partners. 5 new financial institutions are using XRP. So Ripple, the company behind XRP, announced that it added 13 new financial institutions to the list of RippleNet users. With that, Ripple now has over 200 global customers, with 8 of them using XRP. So they published an article on their website which celebrated the addition of 13 new financial institutions, and that brings the total to over 200 global customers. And RippleNet currently operates in 40 countries across 6 continents. So these are the 13, specifically the 13 new financial institutions. Look, none of them are gigantic names, but there are some banks here on the list, and it doesn't hurt to keep adding. As I said, one brick at a time, one piece of stonework at a time. Little by little, we can see that the construction is getting underway, and there you have 13 new components to that edifice that's being erected. An intersecting question, writes Luke, of course, is how many of the 13 partners are going to use the RippleNet solution that involves the token XRP. XRapid. Since the launch of XRapid, a liquidity solution for banks that use Ripple's XRP as a bridge currency, only 3 Ripple partners are using the new technology. But according to the article that they published, of the 13 financial institutions, 5 are using XRP to source instant liquidity, and they are the following. I think the quote by Brad Garlinghouse that we've already discussed perhaps bears mentioning, but it's sounding more and more prophetic. Again, by the end of this year, this was in 2018, major banks will use XRapid as a liquidity tool. By the end of 2019, I would certainly hope that they will see in the order of magnitude of dozens, but we also need to continue to grow that ecosystem, grow the liquidity. If you guys want to check out the RippleNet publication here, it's from a couple days ago. RippleNet surpasses 200 customers worldwide with the addition of those 13. If you want to read about it in more detail, including links to all of those 13 customers, what they're all about, you can read more about them. Maybe you're more familiar with one or the other. You want to learn more about one individually. We'll be sure to post this article in the description below. You can check it out and let us know what you think. And here we have an article on Cointelegraph that relates to what we discussed the other day with Ethereum Classic. So you have Gateio. They have confirmed that 51% attack that we've discussed, and they promised their refunds. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I just want to alert your attention to it in case it affects you. But here's the quote. Gateio's sensor successfully blocked the attacker's transactions at the beginning and submitted them to a manual exam. Unfortunately, during the 51% attack from the other day, all the transactions looked valid and confirmed well on the blockchain. The examiner passed the transactions. It caused about 40,000 ETC loss due to this attack. But Gateio states it will compensate its users' losses, stating that, quote, Gateio will take all the loss for the users. The exchange also advises other crypto trading platforms to block transactions stemming from the identified suspect addresses. Classy move there by Gate.io, in my opinion. If you want to read more about this particular development, perhaps it affects you, then we'll be sure, of course, to link to this article. You could check it out. Finally, today, guys, we discussed this yesterday. Just want to make sure you know about the vote, the poll that we're conducting over on altcoinbuzz.io's Twitter account. You all are our customers, and we want to make sure you're satisfied. We want to make sure we understand your needs. We want to be sure that we're producing the kind of content that you want to absorb. So with that being said, what cryptocurrency-based videos would you like to see more of in 2019? Be sure to vote among the 4 options below, and we're going to do our best to reflect your preferences in the work that we do. With that being said, guys, do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz News. We are also on Facebook and Instagram and Telegram. Check out our last video here on the right. And if you choose to invest on this Thursday, I wish you only the very best of luck. But have a wonderful day, everybody. A nice end to your week, and we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.